Slide 1, Introduction. CEO name, Viktor Viper Drax. Company name, Draxen Technologies. Where precision meets speed. Good evening, investors. I'm Viktor Drax, CEO of Draxen Technologies. Tonight, I'm presenting a game-changing advancement in racing technology, the YVR010 Cyclone, the fastest, most reliable racing machine you'll ever experience. Coupled with our innovative PCB antenna system, we're set to revolutionize the way performance vehicles interact with the grid, track, and beyond. Slide 2, our objective: a racing precision with seamless integration. What are we really after here? It's simple, a seamless integration between the YVR010 Cyclone's modular design and our PCB antenna for superior electromagnetic performance on the racetrack. This integration will give racers the edge they need, boosting both speed and signal reliability to new heights. We're not just about winning races, we're about mastering every signal, at every turn. Slide 3, Step 1A: Cyclone YVR010 feature adaptation. Let's talk about the Cyclone YVR010 and how we'll make it even faster. Aerodynamic design: we're talking top-tier speed, and every ounce of drag matters. Our PCB antenna will be perfectly aligned with the Cyclone's sleek body, keeping the performance at its peak without any interference. Modular weapon attachment points: why not choose these existing slots? These serve as ideal mounting points for the antenna system, ensuring it's out of the way but still high-performing. Jump jet powering: here's the twist, we'll be harnessing the jump jet system for some extra juice to power the antenna during high-speed maneuvers and unpredictable jumps. Talk about futuristic. Slide 4, Step 2A: PCB antenna design, precision engineering. Now, we engineer the heart of the system, the PCB antenna. Inverted F-meandered monopole, we'll select designs that are small, sleek, and perform like a champion, perfectly fitting into the Cyclone's frame without slowing it down. Material selection: the dielectric material for the antenna will match the Cyclone's heat-resistant plating, keeping it lightweight but durable for the extreme conditions of racing. Optimized signal strength: with S-parameter analysis and charge distribution simulations on MATLAB, we'll ensure the antenna performs flawlessly, even under extreme G-forces and high-speed motion. Speed isn't just about going fast, it's about constant communication. Slide 5, Step 3A: Structural and electromagnetic interfacing. Now, we make sure the antenna is both structurally and electromagnetically integrated. Structural integration: the antenna will be mounted on modular components, ensuring compatibility with the Cyclone's interchangeable parts. Need to replace or upgrade? No problem. Electromagnetic interfacing: racing is all about precision. We'll simulate how electromagnetic fields behave during high-speed operations, ensuring no interference with the Cyclone's thrusters or propulsion systems. Slide 6, Step 4A: Performance optimization. It's time to tune everything to perfection. Antenna tuning: through MATLAB simulations, we'll fine-tune every aspect of the antenna: dimensions, meander patterns, and gainer for optimal performance under race conditions. We want you to hear the signal, not feel the static. Cyclone integration testing: real-world race testing will ensure that our antenna holds up during the most intense, high-speed maneuvers. We'll push it to the limit and then some, with 3D pattern overlays to adjust the antenna's coverage as needed. Slide 7, Step 5A: Prototype development and feedback. Now, let's put our plans into action. Prototype fabrication: we'll create a physical prototype of the PCB antenna based on our simulations, mounting it onto a YVR010 model. Field testing: it's time to test our antenna in the real world, under dynamic race conditions. We'll measure the signal performance, check for interference, and ensure it's race-ready. Feedback loop: once we get the feedback, we'll make adjustments, refining the system to ensure every decibel and millisecond is in perfect alignment. Slide 8, Expected outcomes: a new era of racing performance. What will we achieve? Let me break it down. Seamless integration: the PCB antenna will be fully integrated into the Cyclone, delivering superior signal performance without compromising speed or maneuverability. Scalability: this technology isn't just for the YVR010. Once we prove its worth, we can adapt it for future Cyclone variants or even other high-performance racing vehicles. The possibilities are endless. Slide 9, the ask: we're seeking $25 million for 25% equity to fund the final phase of development, prototyping, and real-world testing. This is the future of race communication, and with your help, we'll bring it to life. Slide 10, Closing. So, here's the bottom line: with your investment, we'll take the YVR010 Cyclone and its cutting-edge PCB antenna system from the drawing board to the starting linear, making history in the world of extreme racing. Thank you for your time. Now, who's ready to race into the future? The presentation now directly focuses on the YVR010 Cyclone's racing application, integrating the antenna for extreme racing conditions. Let me know if you need further adjustments or details. Page 2. Slide 1, Introduction. CEO name, Viktor Viper Drax. Company name, Draxen Technologies, where precision meets speed. Good evening, esteemed investors. I'm Viktor Drax, CEO of Draxen Technologies. Tonight, I present the YVR010 Cyclone, a cutting-edge racing machine designed for extreme high-speed performance. We've taken this machine to the next level with an integrated PCB antenna system to optimize communication, giving racers a serious edge on the track. We're focused on one thing: winning races with the best signal and speed possible. Slide 2, our objective: A racing performance meets seamless integration. Our goal is simple: integrate the YVR010 Cyclone with a PCB antenna system that amplifies performance without compromising the Cyclone's incredible racing speed. This integration is designed for race-focused operations only, enhancing signal reliability at extreme speeds while maintaining the Cyclone's aerodynamic design. This is about precision engineering to give racers the advantage during every race. Slide 3, Step 1A Cyclone YVR010 Feature Adaptation for Racing. To start, we'll adapt the YVR010 Cyclone's design to seamlessly integrate the PCB antenna system, optimizing it for track use. Aerodynamic structure: the antenna's placement will be designed for minimal drag and maximum speed, ensuring it doesn't interfere with the Cyclone's high-performance capabilities. Modular weapon attachment points: these existing features will act as anchor points to mount the antenna without sacrificing the Cyclone's flexibility or modular design. Jump jet powering: utilizing the jump jet system, will power the antenna for high-speed maneuvers and extreme track conditions, ensuring signal strength is consistent during all race phases, including high G-turns and jumps. Slide 4, Step 2A PCB Antenna Design, Precision Engineering for Racing Conditions. Here's where we design the PCB antenna for performance in extreme racing conditions. Compact design: the antenna's dimensions will be optimized to fit the Cyclone's sleek body, ensuring aerodynamic integrity. Material selection: we'll use lightweight, heat-resistant materials for the antenna to match the Cyclone's external plating. This ensures that the antenna can withstand the intense heat and pressure of race conditions without compromising its signal strength. Signal strength and performance: by using MATLAB simulations, we'll ensure that the antenna delivers optimal communication even under extreme racing conditions, where signal reliability is critical. Slide 5, Step 3A Structural and Electromagnetic Integration for Racing. Integrating the antenna into the YVR010 Cyclone isn't just about fitting it, it's about ensuring that it performs at top levels during high-speed racing conditions. Structural integration: the antenna will be mounted on modular components like shoulder mounts and back panels, ensuring it's easily detachable and fully compatible with the Cyclone's design. Electromagnetic interfacing: the antenna will be engineered to perform optimally during high-speed racing. Will simulate electromagnetic effects during high-G maneuvers, ensuring no interference with the Cyclone's propulsion systems. Slide 6, Step 4A Performance Optimization for Racing Conditions. Now, it's time to make sure everything is race-ready. We'll fine-tune both the antenna and the Cyclone for optimal performance on the track. Antenna tuning: using MATLAB simulations, we'll adjust the antenna's dimensions, meander patterns, and gain to achieve peak signal strength for racing environments. Cyclone integration testing: we'll conduct field tests under extreme racing conditions to ensure that both the antenna and the Cyclone's performance hold up during high-speed races, rapid maneuvers, and extreme jumps. We'll also test using 3D pattern overlays to optimize signal coverage during racing. Slide 7, Step 5A Prototype Development and Racing Validation. This is where we bring the YVR010 Cyclone and its integrated antenna system to life. Prototype fabrication: we'll manufacture a real-world prototype of the PCB antenna and mount it on a Cyclone YVR010 replica for testing. Field testing: the prototype will undergo rigorous track testing to ensure the PCB antenna's performance aligns with the Cyclone's extreme racing conditions. We'll make sure it performs under the highest speed, highest G-forces imaginable. Feedback loop: based on our testing, we'll continuously refine the design to ensure that every component, from the antenna to the Cyclone systems, delivers peak performance for racing success. Slide 8, Expected Outcomes. A racing excellence. What will we achieve? Seamless integration: the PCB antenna will be fully integrated into the Cyclone's structure without compromising its racing speed or aerodynamic efficiency. Track dominance: this integration ensures unmatched communication reliability on the track, giving racers the edge they need for precision driving, better coordination, and uninterrupted performance. Scalability: once proven on the YVR010, the integration principles can be adapted for other racing vehicles in the Cyclone line, pushing the boundaries of high-performance racing. Slide 9, The ask: we're seeking $25 million for 25% equity to fund the final phase of development, prototyping, and testing. Your investment will help us take the YVR010 Cyclone and its cutting-edge antenna system from concept to the racetrack, where it will dominate. Slide 10, Closing. Join us as we revolutionize the world of high-performance racing with the YVR-010 Cyclone. With your support, we'll bring unmatched speed and precision to the race tracker and set a new standard for racing excellence. Thank you for your time. This version keeps the focus entirely on racing and performance optimization for the YVR-010 Cyclone, ensuring it is seen as a race vehicle with cutting-edge communication technology built for high-speed environments. Let me know if you need further tweaks. Page 3. Slide 7, PCB ground plane setup antenna integration with the Cyclone YVR-010 Viktor Viper Drax. CEO, Draxen Technologies. Good evening, esteemed investors. Let's dive right into the core of our innovation, the PCB antenna system integrated into the YVR-010 Cyclone. Now, this isn't just any antenna, this is high-tech precision, designed to keep our race car ahead of the pack. And trust me, we've sweated every detail to make sure we're not just breaking speed records, but also maintaining uninterrupted communication under extreme racing conditions. Here's the rundown. Slide 8, Material Selection. Conductor assignment. Material selection. For the best conductivity, we went straight to the heart of the material world, copper. Yes, copper. It's reliable, durable, and ensures top-notch signal flow at high speeds. It's like the turbocharger of antenna materials, minus the noise. Copper thickness. We didn't just pick copper, we fine-tuned it. The copper thickness? 35 micrometers. That's thin enough for performance but thick enough to ensure we don't lose any valuable signal on the track. Trust me, we're not in the business of losing anything, especially not signals. Conductor assignment, and the conductor? It's copper, of course. We set it up using PCB.ANT.conductor equals C1, ensuring that everything flows like a finely tuned engine. This thing is ready to race here both literally and figuratively. Slide 9, Impedance resonance analysis, fine-tuning for the perfect signal. Initial testing. When we first tested the system, we noticed a small hiccup resonance shift from 2.4 GHz to 2 GHz. And when you're racing, even minor frequency shifts are as noticeable as a flat tire on the track. But we didn't panic, nor we optimized. Correction measures. We adjusted the antenna's dimensions by 20% to restore that perfect resonance at 2.4 GHz. That's precision engineering at its finest. And when we hit the sweet spot, we saw the resonance lock at 2.36 GHz, with a 50 ohm impedance here. It was like finding the perfect gear ratio. Reanalysis and geometry adjustments. We didn't just adjust we rethought the entire design. The geometry was recalculated to perfectly align with the Cyclone's modular body, ensuring no drag, no obstruction, and all performance. Slide 10, Cyclone YVR-010 integration, where it all comes together. Structural interfacing. Here's where the magic happens, integrating the antenna into the Cyclone's modular structure. We didn't just fit the antenna in, we designed it to become part of the machine, a seamless, invisible component. The antenna is aligned with the Cyclone's structural ports to ensure there's minimal obstruction. After all, no one likes unnecessary drag, especially when you're clocking those top speeds. Functionality testing. We didn't just test in a lab. We took the YVR-010 Cyclone out into the real world for field trials. This is where the rubber meets the road, or, should I say, where the rubber meets the dirt and jumps. We pushed the Cyclone to its limits, ensuring the antenna stays solid during jumps, high-speed maneuvers, and those hair-raising turns. Slide 11, Why this matters. A racing dominance with unmatched signal strength. So why does this matter? Why does this antenna system make the YVR-010 Cyclone a game-changer? Communication under extreme conditions. Racing is about more than just speed, it's about precision. When every millisecond counts, a lost signal means a lost race. With our antenna, we ensure that never happens. Seamless integration. It's part of the Cyclone's DNA. Our design ensures the antenna won't disrupt speed, performance, or the overall racing experience. Racing advantage. As we push the YVR-010 Cyclone to its limits on the track, our PCB antenna keeps racers connected with their teams and their tech, providing constant feedback and real-time performance data, all while maintaining peak speeds. In short, we're not just talking about speed, we're talking about reliable communication at breakneck speed. That's the edge every race needs to stay ahead. Slide 12, The Ask, Help us revolutionize racing. To make this happen, we're seeking $25 million for 25% equity to finalize development, manufacture the YVR-010 Cyclone and its integrated antenna system, and put it into the hands of the world's best racers. Thank you for your time. Together, we'll redefine speed, performance, and racing communication with the YVR-010 Cyclone. Let's bring the future of racing to the tracks. That's the pitch, and it's designed to keep investors intrigued and focused on the key innovation of how the antenna system is integrated perfectly into the YVR-010 Cyclone for racing success. It uses humor to break down complex concepts but still emphasizes the precision engineering involved. Ready to take the racing world by storm. Page 4. Slide 10, Integration of the PCB Antenna with Cyclone YVR010 Viktor Viper Drax. CEO, Draxen Technologies. Good evening, esteemed investors. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how we've integrated the PCB antenna system with the Cyclone YVR010. When you're building a race car that's destined for speed and precision, every detail matters set down to the millimeters. And that's exactly what we've done, fine-tuned the integration so seamlessly that the antenna feels like it was always part of the Cyclone. Slide 11, Precision designates all in the dimensions. Initial drawing dimensions. First things first, we centered everything. We broke the width, W1, down by half for the x-axis centering. Next, we adjusted it with D1 for the perfect alignment. We didn't stop there on the y-axis, we used L6/2 and adjusted with D4 to ensure everything was precisely placed. Think of it like tuning a carburetor. You don't want anything out of sync. Parameterization benefits, but we didn't just lock down the measurements. We made everything dynamical, scalable and adjustable. Want to change the width? No problem. Need to tweak the height? Done. This allows us to fine-tune the antenna design in real time, saving us time during iterative changes. Like any top-tier race team, we're all about speed and flexibility, and this design does exactly that. Slide 12, Connectivity layer sets you for building the antenna blueprint. Rectangles and connectivity. Now, onto the fun part of the geometry. We took multiple rectangles, connected them, and formed a cohesive polygon structure. Adjusting W2 allows us to watch the geometry change in real time. It's like shifting gears while racing. And let me tell you, every adjustment counts. Layer setup. Now, what's under the hood of this antenna? We didn't just throw together some random material, so we used FR4 for the dielectric layer. I-circumflex micro R equals 4.5 and 0.25 mm thickness. It's like the high-octane fuel for our antenna. The top metal layer and ground plane are precisely defined with offsets to ensure the antenna is clean and efficient. This isn't just a design, it's a craft. Slide 13, Feed point, Via placement, and error-free design. Feed point and via. The feed point is placed with surgical precision using D1, W1, D5, and W2/2A, ensuring maximum signal efficiency. And the via? Aligned with D1 plus W1/2 and D4/2, ensuring structural integrity, even under extreme conditions. Error-free design. After all the planning, all the calculations, and all the adjustments, we made sure there were zero design errors. This thing is built for perfection, just like the Cyclone. It's flawless, and it's ready for the track. Slide 14, Simulation setup. Mesh refinement. Testing the limits. Simulation setup. With the design in place, we fired up the simulations. The frequency range we targeted? Between 2.2 to 2.6 GHz. Why? Because we wanted to make sure the impedance is just right. We avoided the dreaded parallel resonance, which can throw off the performance. Instead, we nailed the target resonance, getting it close to 50 I-circumflex. Copyright impedance here, because if your antenna's not in resonance, you're not racing ahead of the competition. Mesh refinement. To make sure everything was spot on, we refined the mesh resolution, capturing finer details. And you know what? The results were consistent. Every time we ran the simulations, we got the same reliable outcomes. It's like knowing exactly what your lap time will be before you even hit the tracker. Predictability is key. Slide 15, Final design verification. Cyclone integration. Final design verification. We did a final check and no stone left unturned. Frequency alignment was spot on with the target data around 2.5 GHz, and the simulations held up under both refined mesh and free space conditions. The antenna is ready for action. Cyclone YVR010 integration. The best part? We didn't just design this in a vacuum. We integrated the antenna directly into the Cyclone YVR010. The PCB outline was tailored to fit perfectly within the Cyclone's modular design. Seamless. The antenna is hidden in plain sight, contributing to the overall performance of the car without causing drag or disruptions. Slide 16, Functionality testing and no limits, no compromises. Functional testing. Finally, we took the YVR010 Cyclone out for dynamic field testing. We validated the antenna's performance under real-world racing conditions. High-speed maneuvers, jumps, and aggressive turns, so the antenna held up under all of it. This wasn't just lab testing, we pushed the limits. Slide 17, The perfect race setup. To wrap it up, we've designed and integrated a high-performance antenna into a high-performance race car. The result? A car that doesn't just race fast, but races smart. It's all about keeping that connection strong and the signal steady, even when you're flying over jumps at top speed. Slide 18, The Ask A. Join us in revolutionizing racing. We're seeking $25 million for 25% equity to bring the YVR010 Cyclone and its cutting-edge antenna system to the global racing stage. With your investment, we'll fine-tune the technology, scale production, and get this bad boy into the hands of elite racers who demand nothing but the best. Thank you for your time. Let's work together to put the Cyclone YVR010 on the map as the world's fastest, most connected race car. The future of racing is here, and it's just getting started. This pitch blends technical precision with a bit of light humor to keep the audience engaged, all while showcasing the advanced technology and engineering excellence behind the YVR010 Cyclone and its integrated antenna system. Ready to get this on the track? Page 5. Slide 13, Innovation at its core, Cyclone YVR010 antenna design. Good evening, visionary investors of Madripoor. Let me take you through the brainpower and engineering finesse behind the YVR010 Cyclone and how our cutting-edge antenna system is the secret sauce that's going to change the future of racing. Let's dive into how we've made the design process smoother than a perfectly tuned engine. Slide 14, Ease of object modification. A flexibility built-in property initialization. We started with defining all the object properties up front. Why? Because later modifications should feel like a pit stop, quick and efficient. No more rummaging through complex indexing, just smooth transitions. Think of it like tuning a race car. Set up your baseline properties correctly, and the rest is just fine-tuning for maximum performance. Slide 15, Simulation insights. Watching the magic happen, monitoring progress. Now, we're getting into the real-time magic. With our simulation iterations, you can track progress step by step. For example, iteration 6, 11 and iteration 7, 11. It's like monitoring your car's performance in real time, just without the exhaust fumes. Design adjustments. While we're in simulation, we constantly tweak the thin metal designs. Why? Because, just like race tires, those fine details affect the performance here, especially when it comes to frequency adjustments due to loss effects. Every fraction of a millimeter counts. Slide 16, Gerber file generation. Getting ready to hit the tracks. Fabrication support. All our hard work doesn't just stay in the virtual world. We generate Gerber files as the standard for PCB manufacturing. Think of it as our blueprint for building the antenna, ready to be turned into reality. Connector options. From predefined to custom connectors, we've got you covered. The right connector can make or break performance, and we've optimized this from every angle. Visualization tools. Our tools, like Writer, allow us to preview the Gerber files and see the silkscreen layers before they go into production. It's like having a virtual test drive before hitting the racetrack. Slide 17, Design optimization. Enhancing every detail. Connector repositioning. Optimization is key. We reposition connectors to enhance performance and reduce interference here, because every millisecond counts in a race, and a clear signal makes all the difference. Design optimization. By visualizing each layer of the design, we are constantly refining. The result? Enhanced designs that will give you the competitive edge on the racetrack. Slide 18, File import, export. Seamless compatibility. Supported formats. We know the importance of flexibility. Our designs are compatible with Gerber and STL files, and we're actively developing support for DXF and STEP formats. No matter your platform, we make sure the Cyclone's antenna fits seamlessly into your development pipeline. Slide 19, Antenna design optimization. Taking it to the next level. Photo-based design extraction. We don't just settle for the ordinary. We use boundary recognition and image processing to extract designs directly from images. The world is full of inspiration, and we're not afraid to use it. Optimization process. Our design doesn't just sit pretty. We employ surrogate models for rapid simulations, iterate, and verify with electromagnetic simulations. The best part? We ensure that the antenna meets practical thresholds, such as gain limits. It's like tuning your engine so it's fast but reliably, because reliability wins races. Slide 20, Cost licensing. A smart investment pricing overview. The Antenna Toolbox perpetual license is priced at €1,680. This investment comes with a maintenance fee of around 18% annually after the first year. Not bad for access to one of the most advanced antenna design tools out there. Additional costs. Keep in mind, you'll also need MATLAB licenses. But hey, let's face it, investing in this tech is like getting the best fuel for your car. It's worth the cost to get that extra performance boost. Educational access. And yes, for the younger innovators, free licenses are available for students via campus agreements. The next race champion might already be in a classroom near you. Slide 21, Future topics. More to come. Upcoming focus areas. While we're crossing the finish line with our current design, we've got exciting areas planned for the future, including signal integrity analysis and expanding our technology to other electronics applications. This is just the start of what could be the future of racing technology. Slide 22, the Ask A. Join us in revolutionizing racing. So, we're here today asking for $25 million in exchange for 25% equity. Your investment will help us scale production, enhance the design, and make the YVR010 Cyclone the most connected, high-performance race car on the planet. Thank you for your time here. Let's race into the future, together. Let's make history, one high-speed maneuver at a time. This pitch blends technical expertise with a touch of humor, showcasing the advanced capabilities of the YVR010 Cyclone and its antennas, while making it clear that this is race car technology at the forefront of innovation. Ready to make a lasting impression and get these investors on your side. Page 6. Slide 1, the investment opportunity. A Cyclone YVR010 property overview. Good evening, esteemed investors of Madripoor. Let's talk about 350 YVR010 Cyclone, a property that's not only set to revolutionize racing technology but is also poised to deliver impressive returns in the world of commercial real estate. Here are some of the key performance indicators, KPIs, that highlight the exceptional value of this property. Slide 2, financial performance metrics. A strong foundation. Net operating income, NOI, $2.5 million. This property generates robust revenue, making it a strong contender in the market. Capitalization rate, 10%. An attractive cap rate, signaling that this property offers competitive returns compared to the market. Debt service coverage ratio, DSCR, 2.12. Our DSCR comfortably exceeds the minimum requirement, indicating strong capacity to meet debt obligations. Slide 3, property occupancy and tenant quality. A stability and security. Occupancy rate, 85%. With an 85% occupancy rate, this property maintains strong tenant demand and a healthy cash flow. Tenant credit quality, B. Our tenants have a solid credit rating, providing a stable income stream with manageable risk. Lease expiration schedule, 2026. We have a well-structured lease expiration timeline, providing flexibility for future rental increases and renewals. Slide 4, revenue expense. A efficiency and profitability. Effective gross income, IG, $3.2 million. This figure reflects the total revenue potential, showcasing the property's solid financial health. Operating expense ratio, OR, 61%. A well-managed operating expense ratio means we're efficient in cost management while maximizing profitability. Slide 5, market comparison. A competitive advantage. Market rent versus in-place rent, $10.07 per square foot versus $10.54 per square foot. This indicates a slight rental premium, and with our solid occupancy rate, we are poised to increase rents as market conditions improve. Market vacancy rate, 8.6%. A market vacancy rate of 8.6% provides a clear indication that our occupancy rate is outperforming the market, ensuring long-term stability. Slide 6, valuation and risk management. A robust investment. Replacement cost, $80 million. The replacement cost of the property highlights its high value potential and the significant equity built into the asset. Loan-to-value ratio, LTV, 70%. Our LTV ratio is within the industry's recommended range, providing a conservative and safe financing structure. IRR, internal rate of return, 10%. A 10% IRR speaks volumes about the profitability and future growth potential of this investment. NPV, net present value, $6.4 million. With an NPV of $6.4 million, the property has clear, significant upside potential that promises future returns. Slide 7, return metrics. A maximizing investor value. Cash-on-cash return, 9.5%. A healthy cash-on-cash return means we're delivering solid, consistent returns to our investors right from the start. Valuation, asking price, $68 million. At an asking price of $68 million, this property is positioned below its replacement cost and the market potential, presenting a unique opportunity. Selling price per square foot, PPS, $326.92. Competitive selling price per square foot shows we're offering great value for an asset of this caliber. Slide 8, occupancy and power broker score. A competitive edge. Engineer occupancy count, EOC, 1,387. A solid occupancy count that showcases the active use and value of the space. Power broker score, 4.2. With a power broker score of 4.2, the property is viewed positively by industry experts, adding credibility and attractiveness to the investment. Slide 9, the bottom line. Why invest in 350 YVR010 Cyclone? To summarize, this property offers strong financial performance with impressive NOI and capitalization rates. Stable and growing occupancy, with a solid tenant base and favorable lease terms. Optimized profitability through cost-efficient management and market rents that can continue to rise. High investment potential, with a robust internal rate of return and significant upside in valuation. Slide 10, the Ask. Ready to take the next step? We're offering an opportunity to invest in a high-performing, well-positioned asset that is primed for long-term success. With our stable financial metrics and potential for growth, the 350 YVR010 Cyclone property is a solid investment in the commercial real estate sector. Now, let's accelerate toward maximum returns together. Thank you for your attention. Let's make this investment a win. This pitch emphasizes key performance metrics like NOI, IRR, NPV, and the capitalization rate to highlight the financial strength of the 350 YVR010 Cyclone property, presenting it as a smart, stable, and high-potential investment. Ready to impress Madripoor's venture capitalists. Page 7. Q&A. Slide speech for series funding pitch, Cyclone YVR010 Racing Antenna System. Opening slide, why invest in the Cyclone YVR010? Good afternoon, Madripoor's finest venture capitalists. I'm thrilled to be here today to introduce you to the YVR010 Cyclone, the ultimate racing machine and the IP gem powering it, our revolutionary antenna system. Now, before we dive in, let me assure you, we're not building the next commuter pod for your 9-to-5 crowd. The Cyclone isn't here to make you late for work, it's here to redefine racing at blistering speeds. Think of it as Formula 1 on adrenaline, with a touch of Madripoor flair. Slide 1, the unique value proposition. So, what makes the Cyclone YVR010 stand out in a world of flashy speedsters? 2 words, precision communication. At the heart of our Cyclone lies the PCB antenna system, our proprietary, aerodynamic marvel that ensures data flow as fast as the vehicle itself. Racers need split-second telemetry and seamless connection to dominate the track. Our antenna doesn't just keep up, it leads the race. Unlike bulky systems that drag you down, ours is embedded like a secret weapon, as sleek, modular, and purpose-built for speed demons. Slide 2, target customers and pain points. Our target customers are racers and racing teams who live life in the fast lane, literally. The pain point? They've been stuck with unreliable communication tech that fails when the stakes are highest. High-speed racing demands uninterrupted data exchange, whether it's lap performance, environmental telemetry, or strategic updates. Our Cyclone YVR010 solves this problem elegantly, ensuring racers stay connected no matter how fast they go or how wild the terrain gets. Slide 3, market potential and growth drivers. Now let's talk numbers. The racing tech market is projected to hit $15 billion globally by 2027, driven by innovation in telemetry systems and high-performance vehicles. And here's the kicker, no one else is tapping into the specialized segment of antenna systems for racing at our level. With the Cyclone YVR010, we're not just participating in the market, we're defining it. Slide 4, scalability of product design. Scalability. That's our middle name. Our modular antenna system isn't just built for today's Cyclone, it's designed to evolve. Future iterations of the Cyclone will integrate even more advanced capabilities, think precision GPS, enhanced durability for suborbital racing, and yes, even adaptability for military-grade speedsters. If it moves fast, we can optimize it. Slide 5, technology and innovation. Our antenna system isn't just an accessory, it's the Cyclone's secret weapon. Integrating it was no walk in the park. We faced challenges aligning its design with the Cyclone's modular, aerodynamic frame. But through relentless R&D, we engineered a solution that's lightweight, efficient, and capable of withstanding the dynamic pressures of high-speed racing. Whether it's G-forces or suborbital jumps, our system holds steady just like your ROI will. Slide 6, integration with existing systems. And if you're wondering how our antenna fits into the Cyclone's arsenal, oh, it's seamless. It interacts flawlessly with everything from jump jets to telemetry systems, delivering crystal-clear communication in every scenario. No interference, no latency, just pure performance. It's like the Cyclone's racing pit crew, but in antenna form. Closing slide, why you should join the race. So, why invest in the Cyclone YVR010? Because it's not just a racing machine, it's the future of high-speed innovation. With our cutting-edge PCB antenna system, we're rewriting the rules of racing tech. Your investment isn't just funding a product, it's fueling a revolution. Join us, and let's make Astoria at 300 miles per hour. Oh, and don't worry, we'll save you a seat in the winner's circle. Pause, then smile. Because in Madripoor, it's not about coming second. And with the Cyclone, you'll always be in first. 7b. Slide speech for series funding pitch, Cyclone YVR010 Racing Antenna System. Opening slide, intellectual property meets speed. Hello, Madripoor's finest investors. Thank you for gathering here, likely having navigated through our vibrant chaos of pirate markets and rooftop noodle stands. But today, I bring you something even more thrilling than Madripoor's skyline. The YVR010 Cyclone, the racing beast that combines cutting-edge engineering with the heart-pounding spirit of speed. And the star of this show? Our proprietary PCB antenna system is the secret sauce that keeps the Cyclone on top. Let's dive into what makes our IP as untouchable as Madripoor's street racing kingpins. Slide 1, patents and proprietary technology. First, let's talk IP. Yes, we've got patents, not just 1 or 2, but a fortress of them around our PCB antenna design and its integration with the Cyclone. This isn't your run-of-the-mill antenna slapped onto a speedster, it's an aerodynamic marvel. Our engineers made sure this tech doesn't just survive high-speed cozo, it thrives in it. Think of it as a treasure chest, but instead of gold doubloons, it's filled with unbreachable technical brilliance. Slide 2, protecting our competitive edge now. Protecting this IP is as crucial as guarding Madripoor's underworld secrets. We've built multiple layers of legal armor, global patents, trade secrets, and proprietary manufacturing processes. Even if someone tried to copy us, they'd end up with a clunky knockoff that's about as effective as a counterfeit Madripoor passport at an international border. Meanwhile, we'll be miles ahead, literally and figuratively, leading the race. Slide 3, competitors and advantages. And what about the competition? Let's just say our competitors are stuck in the slow lane. Most rely on outdated antenna tech that falls apart when the G-forces kick in. Ours? It's custom engineered for high speeds and modular upgrades. It doesn't just work, it outperforms. In the race for innovation, they're still tuning up, while we're already crossing the finish line. Slide 4, development and manufacturing timeline. Onto timelines. We've already built prototypes and completed initial testing. Think of the Cyclone as the hero of Madripoor's racing future, and heroes don't keep people waiting. Full-scale production is set to kick off in under 12 months, with testing so rigorous, it would make a Madripoor gladiator wince. In short, we're fast, both on and off the track. Slide 5, reliability in harsh conditions. The PCB antenna has been battle-tested at high speeds, extreme heat, even simulated suborbital conditions. It's so reliable, I wouldn't be surprised if it could withstand a Madripoor monsoon. Whether it's sharp turns at 300 miles per hour or sudden jumps, our tech stays rock solid, delivering uninterrupted communication and data. Slide 6, manufacturing capabilities and scaling. Scaling production is another arena where we excel. We've partnered with top-tier manufacturers who understand that quality and speed go hand in hand. As demand grows, so will our capacity, with no compromises. And yes, we've already secured reliable supplies for our PCB materials, so no delays there. This isn't a back-alley Madripoor deal, it's precision planning at its finest. Closing slide, invest in the future of racing. So, why should you invest in a Cyclone YVR010? Because it's not just a racing machine, it's a statement of innovation, speed, and untouchable intellectual property. The Cyclone is built for champions, backed by bulletproof IP, and driven by the need for speed. Join us, and let's dominate the racing world together. And hey, if you're lucky, I might even let you take the Cyclone for a spinner. Terms and conditions apply, of course. Pause, wink. After all, in Madripoor, we don't just dream bigger, we race even bigger. 7C. Slide speech for series funding pitch, YVR010 Cyclone Racing Antenna System. Opening slide, financial speed meets smart strategy. Good evening, Madripoor's elite investors. You're about to witness why the Cyclone YVR010 isn't just racing into the future, it's monetizing it at top speed. Now, I know you're here for numbers, strategy, and maybe a touch of that classic Madripoor flair. So buckle up, because this pitch has all the sharp turns and accelerations of the Cyclone itself. Slide 1, financial projections. Let's start with the basics, money. Over the next 3-5 years, we're projecting revenue growth that's faster than a Cyclone tearing through the street circuit. By year 3, we're aiming for $50 million in annual revenue, scaling to $120 million by year 5. Profitability. We're hitting that sweet spot by the end of year 2, thanks to a lean manufacturing model and direct-to-market efficiency. It's the kind of growth curve that would make even Madripoor's shrewdest kingpins nod in approval. Slide 2, cost per unit and scalability. Now, on to cost controller, because in racing, shaving off milliseconds matters, and in business, it's dollars. The Cyclone YVR010 has a current cost per unit of $25,000, with economies of scale bringing that down to $18,000 by year 3. Our proprietary PCB antenna design isn't just innovative, it's efficient to produce. We've got the materials, the supple lead chain, and the production line dialed in tighter than a Cyclone's cornering radius. Slide 3, revenue model. Our revenue model? Think versatility with a racetrack edge. Direct sales to elite racing teams are our bread and butter, but we're also exploring licensing opportunities for the PCB antenna system in other high-performance vehicles. Add long-term service contracts for system upgrades and maintenance, and you've got a diversified revenue stream that's built to last. In short, every Cyclone sold opens up a pipeline of recurring revenue that fuels our growth. Slide 4, funding request and allocation. This brings us to why you're here, the ask. We're seeking $15 million in this series round. What's it for? 40% goes to ramping up manufacturing, 30% to R&D for the next-gen Cyclone, and 20% to sales and marketing. The remaining 10%? Contingency funds, because in Madripoor, you always prepare for the unexpected, whether it's a supple lead chain hiccup or a surprise street race challenge. Slide 5, Risk management. Speaking of the unexpected, let's talk risks. Integrating the PCB antenna into the Cyclone wasn't a walk in the park, or rather, a stroll through Madripoor's markets. But our engineering team thrives under pressure. We've stress-tested the antenna under conditions more intense than a 3 a.m. drag race on the docks. Regulatory challenges? We're preemptively navigating them with a team of compliance experts who know the ins and outs of certifications like they know the best noodle spots in Lowtown. Slide 6, Contingency Plans. And if things do go sideways, we've got contingency plans as robust as the Cyclone itself. Unexpected technical hurdles. Our modular design lets us adapt without missing a beat. Supplier issues. We've secured multiple sourcing agreements. In short, this isn't our first race here and we know how to handle the curves. Closing slide, invest in speed. Own the future. So, here's the finish line. The Cyclone YVR010 is more than a racing machine, it's a revenue-generating powerhouse, built on unshakable IP and a scalable model. Join us, and you won't just be investing in a product, you'll be backing the team that's rewriting the rules of speed. And remember, in Madripoor, fortune favors the bolder, so let's hit the gas together. Pause, smile. And hey, if you're still undecided, I hear there's a Cyclone parked outside. Let's take it for a spin. A winner gets first dibs on the series round. 7D. Slide speech for series funding pitch, YVR010 Cyclone Racing Antenna System. Opening slide, the dream team for speed and innovation. Good evening, Madripoor's legendary venture capitalists. Tonight, I'm here to talk about the Cyclone YVR010 and our secret sauce here, the PCB antenna system. But first, let me introduce the crew behind this racing marvel because, as you know, even the fastest machine can't win without the right bit crew. Slide 1, the core team. Our team is a blend of high-octane engineering talent and strategic vision. Our lead designer cut their teeth on aerospace tech, making them a wizard at translating high-performance concepts into reality. Our chief antenna architect, a legend who once optimized a satellite system for dynamic orbits, now they're optimizing our Cyclone for hairpin turns at breakneck speeds. And our operations lead? Let's just say they've scaled manufacturing pipelines tougher than Madripoor's underworld negotiations. Together, we're more than a team, we're a finely tuned machine. Slide 2, expanding the team. As we accelerate operations, we plan to expand with precision. Our next hires will focus on software integration, field testing, and customer experience here, because the only thing more important than building a fast machine is ensuring customers know how to use it to win. Recruitment will focus on specialists with racing, engineering, and let's be honest, to a knack for problem solving under high stakes pressure. After all, Madripoor isn't a place for mediocrity. Slide 3, key milestones. Our roadmap has key milestones that are as crisp as a Cyclone's handling: prototype rollout, complete field testing by Q2 next year. First sales, deliver 50 units to elite racing teams by Q3. Performance metrics, achieve a 15% aerodynamic efficiency boost and antenna response rates under 10 ms by the final quarter. Every milestone is backed by metrics that ensure we're not just meeting expectations or we're blowing them off the racetrack. Slide 4, customer acquisition strategy. Now, let's talk about putting the Cyclone into the hands of the speed-hungry. Our strategy is threefold: direct engagement with racing teams. We're already in talks with top-tier teams who are itching to shave seconds off their lap times. Partnerships with racing leagues, think sponsorships, exclusivity agreements, and demo races that make the Cyclone the must-have for anyone serious about winning. Influencer marketing. Yes, even in racing, influencers matter. We're teaming up with the fastest racers and sharpest minds to show off what the Cyclone can do. Slide 5, partnerships and collaborations. Partnerships are key to our adoption strategy. We're working with manufacturers to integrate our antenna system into future racing tech. We're also exploring collaborations with aftermarket distributors because even the best racers need upgrades. The message is clear: if you want to win, you'll need a Cyclone. Slide 6, marketing and distribution channels. Our marketing approach is as bold as our product: exclusivity events, think high-stakes races where only Cyclones are allowed on the track. Targeted digital campaigns, we're engaging with racing communities on every platform where they live and breathe speed. Premium distribution, we're keeping our product exclusive, leveraging select distributors who understand the racing world's ins and outs. Closing slide, a team, a machine, a revolution. In closing, the Cyclone YVR010 isn't just a product, it's a movement. Our team has the talent, the vision, and the grit to make this the most coveted racing tech on the planet. Join us, and let's shift the gears of the future together. And hey, if you think we're fast now, wait until we've got your support fueling our next lap. Pause, smile. Invest in the Cyclone. After all, everyone loves a winner, and that's what we're here to build. 7E. Slide speech for series funding pitch, YVR010 Cyclone Racing Antenna System. Opening slide, racing into the future with vision and precision. Ladies and gentlemen, the investors who know how to spot the next big win in Madripoor, buckle up because we're about to hit top gear with our vision for the Cyclone YVR010. Spoiler alert, this isn't just about winning races, so it's about defining the future of racing technology and setting up a business strategy that keeps the pedal to the metal. Slide 1, Long-term vision. Our vision is simple but bold, to be the undisputed leader in high-performance racing tech, with the Cyclone YVR010 and its revolutionary antenna system at the forefront. We see a future where every racing team worth its salt relies on Cyclone technology to dominate the track. But beyond that, we aim to expand our tech into adjacent industries like autonomous racing and next-gen motorsports equipment. Think of us as the Tesla of high-speed racing and minus the autopilot controversies. Slide 2, Exit opportunities. Now, let's talk about what you're all really wondering: how do you cash in? Acquisition. Major players in motorsports manufacturing or even defense contractors will eventually want a piece of our IP pie. Our modular antenna system is not just cutting-edge, it's scalable and applicable in broader tech ecosystems. IPO. When with a recognized standard in the racing world, going public becomes the natural next step. Picture it, the A-cycle ticker soaring on Madripoor's stock exchange, driven by our market dominance and relentless innovation. Slide 3, Strategic partnerships. We're open to strategic partnerships, but we're picky, like a racer choosing tires for a championship lap. The right partner must align with our racing-first ethos and bring complementary expertise, whether it's advanced manufacturing, telemetry systems, or sponsorship networks. For example, we're exploring collaborations with racing leagues to ensure Cyclone tech becomes the gold standard on every competitive track. With the right alliances, we won't just win the race here, we'll own the racetrack. Slide 4, Scalability. Of vision. Scalability is baked into our DNA. Our antenna system isn't just a one-hit wonder, it's a modular design that can evolve alongside future iterations of the Cyclone. From suborbital racing, yes, that's on the horizon, to autonomous racing leagues, our tech is designed to scale while staying one step ahead of the competition. And let's not forget our ability to adapt to changes in materials or components, because agility is key in both racing and business. Slide 5, Leadership preparedness. Our leadership team isn't just experienced, we're obsessed with execution. From securing materials to managing manufacturing pipelines, we've got a game plan as tight as a Cyclone's cornering ability. Every team member knows their lane, and we're all driving toward one finish line: sustained growth and market dominance. As any racer will tell you, it's not just about speed, it's about control, and we've got that in spades. Closing slide, the finish line is just the beginning, so what's our long-term vision? To redefine racing technology, deliver incredible ROI for our investors, and have some fun doing it. Whether it's through partnerships, acquisitions, or an IPO, we're building a future where the Cyclone YVR010 is synonymous with speed, precision, and success. Pause, with a grin. And hey, in Madripoor, isn't it nice to bet on a sure thing for once? Join us, and let's build that future together. Page 8. Slide speech, Cyclone YVR010 KPI-focused pitch to Madripoor VCs. Opening slide, Cyclone YVR010, KPIs that speak victory. Ladies and gentlemen, investors who know the difference between hot air and high velocity are welcome. Today, we're diving into the numbers that prove the Cyclone YVR010 isn't just racing, it's dominating. And with KPIs as sharp as a cyclone cornering at 200 miles per hour, this is the most exhilarating dataset you'll ever see. Slide 1, Performance metrics. You can trust our net operating income, NOI, is revving at $2.5 million annually, with a capitalization rate of 10%, a rare balance or profitability and stability in a highly competitive market. Add a debt service coverage ratio, DSCR, of 2.12, and you've got a business that's not just accelerating, it's cruising on a solid financial foundation. To translate that into race terms, we're not just ahead of the pack, we've lapped them. Slide 2, Occupancy and tenant strength. The Cyclone YVR010 operates at 85% occupancy, supported by B-grade tenant credit quality and a lease expiration schedule that provides a predictable revenue stream through 2026. In racing, consistency wins championships, and we've engineered a model that ensures financial traction year after year. Slide 3, Gross income and expense efficiency. With effective gross income, at $3.2 million and an operating expense ratio, OR, of 61%, we're squeezing every ounce of value from each square footer, just like our Cyclone squeezes every ounce of power from its cutting-edge antenna system. And speaking of efficiency, our market rent versus in-place rent is $10.07 per square foot versus $10.54 per square foot, meaning we're in a prime position to capitalize on future market adjustments. Slide 4, Market dynamics and replacement value. The Madripoor market may be fast-paced, but we're faster. With a market vacancy rate of 8.6%, the Cyclone is perfectly positioned to capitalize on growth while maintaining competitive edge. and let's talk replacement value. At $80 million, our IP and engineering assets aren't just innovative, they're irreplaceable. The antenna system alone ensures we're miles ahead of competitors looking to replicate our success. Slide 5, Financing and returns. Our loan-to-value ratio, LTV, is a conservative 70%, demonstrating prudent capital management. Meanwhile, the project boasts an internal rate of return, IRR, of 10% and a net present value, NPV, of $6.4 million, delivering reliable returns for our stakeholders. And the kicker? A cash-on-cash return of 9.5%, a rarity in any market, let alone one this dynamic. With a valuation of $68 million and a selling price per square foot of $326.92, we're offering investors a turbocharged value proposition. Slide 6, Power metrics and competitive edge. Our engineer occupancy count, EOC, sits at 1,387, and our power broker score of 4.2 places us squarely in the top percentile of Madripoor's high-performance innovation sector. And yes, those numbers include our antenna system, a proprietary gem that's delivering not just speed, but unmatched telemetry and performance insights. Closing slide, let's cross the finish line together at the Cyclone YVR010, we've transformed racing tech into a financial powerhouse. These KPIs aren't just numbers, they're proof that our model is scalable, profitable, and engineered for success. Pause for effect. And remember, in Madripoor, betting on a Cyclone is the only way to guarantee you'll be in the winner's circle. Let's make history together at 200 miles per hour.